Alright, we got this thing taken apart, and this is the inside. Of course, I've taken the blade and everything out, and I've taken out one of the locking tabs and the screw right here where my blade's pointing. This is one installed here, right there, and they just go like that. They're like little spring doors, and the springs for those are we call them pubic hairs. They're just like little tiny fucking pubic hairs. Okay. And then this is the fuck is the camera at? There we go. Has a little lever with a hole. The little circle fits in on, of course, the fat side of the spring. So you just put the spring in there like that, just kind of pinch it, and then with the spring against the black side of the aluminum, right, just put it in that little lever like that, and then let go, and then it should move like that, and it should stick up a little bit. You can, which is actually one of the tricks I wanted to show you, is that this is sometimes if your blade gets locked and it fucking won't open, it's because of these levers right here. What you need to do is if it doesn't function right, you need to turn that little lever around. And what you can do is you can take a marker, put a little dot on there, like that, and that lets you know which side was up, and then just turn it around. Put that black dot on the bottom. Anyways, so now when you take your blade, you're going to put it in like that, and then you're going to have to push this one lever down so that the blade will slide in. Then you get the blade only halfway in, like that, maybe 3/4, somewhere like that. You don't want it all the way in, and you don't want it almost all the way out. You want it somewhere in the middle, like that. I usually do it right about where that screw's at. See the two screws? Somewhere around there, that little lever. If you're right around there. And then this is your bar. And then you have a spring. Okay. On each side of this spring is you have a small hook, and then you have a larger hook. It sticks up on one side. You want to put the small hook on the same side as your button, and you just put it on like that. Just put a little around the edge, and then let this thing just kind of sit in that track with the big end sitting in the track, and then just you just take your finger or your thumb and push it till you get to the end like that, and it's just sliding against the bottom, and then when it gets to the end, it'll just snap in like that. Should look just like that. Small end with the little nub, which is where this is going to go, and then the big end is on the bottom of the knife, which is the same side as the glass breaker. You can see the glass breaker right here, kind of. And then so then you put it on the end, or put it on inside like that. Then what I do is I slide it like this. So if it does that, it's in the track. If it doesn't move like that, then you got it in the wrong spot. So just kind of slide it a couple times. Then you take your button, put it on that little nub, just like that. And then that's it. That's pretty much it. So now you just need a cover. Put the cover on top and hold it. Hold it in place with your fingers. Pinch these two sides together, and then grab the blade and then pull it till you feel the spring tension. That's locked in. Now to test it, you just do it a couple times, making sure you're keeping these two sides together, because that spring will come off if you don't have them held together. But at least that way you can test it before it's all screwed back together. And then you just take these little screws that you came out of your handle, and start putting them back in. And what I usually do is I usually go like top to bottom and then go to the sides. What you don't want is you don't want to cinch down one side and then go to the other side. You want to bounce, it's like you do your tires. You want to bounce around. I always go, basically you can go like left and then the other side a little bit like that, kind of like what. But yeah, you want to go from one side to the other. And you don't need to tighten them all the way up when you're doing this. Just get them so they're snug and the sides are flat. You don't want any crack along here. Then you do the middle. The middle ones are the least important. I'm not at the shop, so I don't have my electric tool. I'm using this little hand one. And we're just tying them up. I don't know if I'm in frame or not. But, yep, we're just tightening screws, making sure to kind of bounce around from one side to the other. Just like that. Test it one more time. And with the blade on the inside, put your pocket clip on. And we always put the pocket clips on the same side as the hardware, but about 60% of customers prefer it on the other side. The reason why is when you pull it out of your pocket, your button is already in place. You don't have to turn it. But we think it looks nicer this way, so that's why we do it that way. And so then I tighten up the screws. Put the glass breaker on. And you can just stick something in there and tighten up the glass breaker. Get it a little snug. Test it one more time. It is possible that if you get the glass breaker on too far in or too tight, then it won't have enough room for the blade to come back. So that's why you always check it. And boom. That's it. Wilcox Tactical out. Alpha 1. Boom.